Kept thinking like,
Yeah.
all right, Thanksgiving's last week. It's like, no way, it's not. It's this day. I was like, because I always just like think
They're not trying to hide it. They're not trying to like, oh, like somebody in the background, or they just kind of like brush to it. No, we're zooming in. We're zooming in. Look at it. Like, can somebody get
they're
this?
like,
There's
oh, we caught you in 4K. Like, yeah, I know, I did it myself. It's like during the beginnings of the Boo saga where they're at the tournament and they're hitting the puncher bag to get your power. He's basically
yes.
Vegeta at that moment. He basically destroys the slime bag.
Yeah, just
And
like
so,
explodes it. They're probably some of the people that invented some of this technology, and they are exploiting it to its
you
utmost.
know what it was? They invented ASMR to see how they
Y-
would do. And then they took
y-
the success of that. You know what? Now we, it worked here, so let's move it into anime.
Yeah, we know how to do this, and it sounds, like the
Hear
all
the
these
knuckles
shows.
cracking on that punch.
Yeah. Psychology. Uh,
It's the whole Batman thing. You either die a hero and live long enough to see yourself be a villain.
this is true. And if you don't find your potential initially, you're the Joker, bro, and you're doing a
You're the
musical.
Joker. Yeah.
You diabolical. You're diabolical.
All right, here we go. The Osan Newbie Adventurer. Yada yada
Yada yada yada.
yada. All right, here we go. Cue that music in three, two, and one. Hey everybody, welcome back to Anime Pod. It's me, Joey, with a co-host Sal, and we are here in our second week of longest titles ever. What are we gonna
The
call this? We waited too long last month.
Oh yeah, maybe we should try to figure it out now. Let's see here. It's the 12 sentences, 12 words of Christmas. No, this is the longest Christmas ever.
Ever. Longest Christmas. 12 titles to
Mm,
Christmas.
12, man. This one's
Where
a
did that
thinker.
start? Where did that start? What is with the 12? Is it because December is the 12th month? Is that why?
12 days of Christmas. I don't know, but that's too many presents, bro. That's like I can't commit
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. You're a
Like
dollar
that's
store, man. You're getting a dollar
yeah,
present every
yeah, you get one present, and that present's gonna be for Christmas, your
Yeah.
birthday, an anniversary. We spreading this
Everything.
out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you better be lucky you even got one.
Yeah.
With this economy, bro,
With this economy.
2 days of Christmas. All right, hey, by the way, let me tell you something, Joe. You ready to hear this?
Yeah. Go.
Anime Me is a podcast where we teach you how to love, listen, and watch anime one episode at a time.
One episode at a time, guys. And to keep up with the theme of longest titles ever, we have our second longest title. It's longer than the last
All
one.
right. No, dude, okay, take a deep breath and give us the name of this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a break. All right. So today we are watching the Osan Newbie Adventurer, trained to death by the most powerful party, became invincible.
No joke, I was watching this and I was like, okay, I gotta write down the title. And I like, you can scroll up to see the
Yeah,
little like they give you like a little small synopsis and then they have the
yeah.
title in there. The title
It
wouldn't fit
wasn't
in the
even fit.
thing. It didn't fit. It just had like
Yeah,
it was like Osama
the,
will be
the
adventure
ellipses.
trained. Yeah, yeah, dot dot dot. And I'm like,
That,
dang it. What's the rest of this? I don't want now I gotta go to a different screen to write the whole title down. This
Get throw
thing
this
is
on the big
making
screen
me
so it'll fit.
yeah, yeah. I already am not good at reading. Now I gotta go to other pages to read more. Don't don't do this to me, anime. Don't do this to me. But here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and give us a synopsis. But I feel like I want to stop reading at one point. Just like the syn- the title's long and the synopsis is long. So you ready for this? Here we go.
Go for
Okay, normally people choose to become adventurers in their teens. At 30 years old, Rick Gladiatol. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. Rick Gladiatol?
it.
Rick Gladiatol. Like, one, who's named Rick? And Gladiatol, you just changed one letter. His name is Rick Gladiator. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, the worst name ever. He bucks the trend and by leaving his job as a guild clerk to become an adventurer. He begins as a novice F rank with the fighting strength of an S rank. After 2 years of brutal training with with the continent's strongest party, ooh, I don't know how to say this one. Auriculum fist?
Auriculum
Auriculum?
fist.
Rick. I can't get over his name, dude. Rick will defeat anyone who underestimates him. Maybe that's what it is. Rick, you are gonna underestimate a Rick. Rick is
Yeah.
like he's a manager at a pizza place, like Rick is like, but he's a cool dude. Like Rick is like,
Cool
hey,
dude.
call Rick because he's like he's got a
He's never gonna give you up. He's never gonna let you down.
he is. Oh my gosh, that's Rick, dude. That's who Rick
Yeah,
is. Yeah, come to
that's who he
find out
is.
that Rick Ashley, dude, he's like super powerful.
He's
We
an
thought
S
he
rank. Yeah.
was he's S rank, dude. Like he's in everybody's inbox. He was once, like he's Rick rolled. Name one person.
World.
Name one person who hasn't Rick rolled. Put in the comments out there. Have you
If you've
not
never
been
been
Rick rolled?
recruited,
Impossible. Rick has gotten you, okay?
he's everybody. He's in your dreams.
He's invincible. He's invincible. This is who Rick is.
That's why I can't wait for Neuralink to come out because I know everybody's gonna. He's gonna come back.
Oh, snap! You are getting
Mid
Rickrolled.
dream, 2 o'clock in the morning. Rickroll.
Mid conversation, you be like, "Hold on, I got
Yeah.
something to see real quick." Oh man, this
Oh God.
they got me. I
God.
closed my eyes for a second.
Yeah.
Every time I blink, I can see Rick Ashley.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. So, like, I don't know I obviously, again, don't know what to think about this show. I definitely don't know what to think about this intro music. Do you remember this intro song? It is wild. The guy singing this song, hmm, I got questions, man. I'm like, he's like committing. This guy who sings this
Yeah.
this intro song is committed to the song.
Come.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I go, this song is a straight up joke. I wrote this on. This song is a straight up joke. Somebody was like, "Hey, just get in there, dude. Just record it." And he poured his heart into it. He's like, "I'm doing it."
Yeah.
And then some people were like,
Yeah.
"But are you doing it? Are you getting
Are
it though,
you
really?"
though?
But then
It's the Khaleesi meme. It's like, are
the
you though?
but, yeah, are you the queen of dragons? Are you really? But
Yeah.
then the chorus kicks in, and you go, "Okay, now we're kind of,
Eric. Yeah.
get some friends in there, get a little beat going on.
Yeah.
You can't carry it by yourself. It's okay. You need some help."
There's nothing wrong with being.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're better together. Better together. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, have someone harmonize with you. That alone, just go and watch the longest title ever, and then listen to the beginning song and tell me that I'm crazy. It's funny, dude. I got some things written here. You might want to bleep me on some of this.
Get the bleeps ready.
Uh, get them bleeps ready. Hmm. Also, it's also in subtitled, so be prepared to also walk me through it, Daddy. Okay. Let's see here. I wrote down uh cam much. Like, what is it about some of the these animes and their fan service is so like blatant. Like it's like not even like,
Not even trying to hide it.
they're not trying to hide it. They're not trying to like, oh, like somebody in the background, or they just kind of like brush to it. No, we're zooming in. We're zooming in. Look at that. Like somebody,
They're like,
there's
"Oh, we caught you in 4K." Like, yeah, I know, I did it myself.
so okay, I can't remember there's a guy. There's a guy, he's an American like broadcaster. He's like a sports American broadcaster who's
Yeah.
uh responsible for what they call, this is him. This ain't me, okay? Don't come for me.
So is that me?
I'm not I'm not even, like I'm not even anywhere to be canceled, but please don't even like before I even get started, don't cancel me yet. Because this ain't
Yeah.
me. But he has this thing called he's the one that coined this. I think it's called the honey cam or something like that. But he would like you'd be watching sports, you'd be watching like a football game, basketball game, a college game, whatever like that, and they've got like multiple cameras, five, six cameras, eight cameras across this whole game, and you're getting all kinds of angles. Well, there's a guy who has one camera and he gets the audience shot. Watch these like basketball games, football games, college games, any of them. They will be zoomed in on a pretty girl. Somebody attractive is out there, and it's one person's job to get their camera and move it around and go, all right, there's a pretty girl out on
Yeah.
the 50-yard line. Get this camera on her.
Zoom in.
Get this camera on her. Zoom in on this girl, whoever she is. It doesn't matter who they are. And they're just cheering. But there is something they're trying to do. They're like, well, it's practically fan service. That's what they're doing. They're trying to like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if they didn't have that, like, is it doing anything? I don't know. Like, but it's kind of a little weird if you think about it. And the fact that they do this in these animes is always kind of, it's interesting to me because, the whole exploitation of women, and like how it's such a thing like that we're trying to fight, the new generation's trying to fight against this, but then anime
Yeah.
is like, not me, okay?
Not me.
Not here, bro. This is just a cartoon anyways. These are
Yeah.
just drawings. It ain't real.
This ain't real. It's
we're
not real
we're
life.
playing pretend here. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you canceling? My picture? You're
Yeah.
canceling my drawing? I don't know.
What do you got? An eraser? You can't erase the screen.
Okay, all right. I've talked way too long about that. Let's see here. I don't have a whole lot of things written down here. Um, let's see here. This looks like he looks like he's straight out of a video game. I wrote that down. What kind of name is Rick? I wrote that down.
First normal sounding name in an anime.
It really like, and there are a couple. There's another guy named Sylvester. That's That's wild. There's only one person in here that I'm like, or two people. One of the guys' names is Freed, Freed.
Freed.
Am I right? It's Freed, right?
Yeah, Freed.
That's that's a that's unless it's Fred, like
Fred.
Fred, Um, Angelica, that was a regular name.
Yeah.
But the other name, this I go, this okay. Now that's anime. Rionette,
Renet.
Rian,
Yeah.
Renet. There,
Renet.
that's the only like actual like anime name. Let's see here. Oh, I wrote this down. I used to be a slime bag in high school. What is it? Oh, okay, yeah, I was gonna say I know what that is. So like, okay, let's just like I'm gonna lay out like a really easy, quick synopsis. He's just like a regular dude. There, we once again they've got like tiers and ranks and like boxes, and they're like he's wanting to become a warrior of sorts, and he's starting in the ground level. He seems a little older than everybody, but he's obviously had these 2 years of training with these guys that
Yeah.
made him more powerful than even that they can. I don't know if he's trying to hide it because he has a little crystal ball. They have a
Yeah.
crystal ball, they all put their hand on it and they can tell how much power they have. Can you explain that to me? Is he trying to hide that, or is that like actually happening?
So right now he considers himself an F rank. which is like on the lowest tier. And so
Hmm.
do the training. So he's comparing himself right now to the people who trained him. So the party he trained with for these
They're
last two
more
years,
powerful.
they're like the guild. They're like the number ones. They're
Well,
like
yeah, I mean, if you look, if you, because we cut to them every now and then, you go, these
yeah,
aren't regular people. Okay, that guy, there's one guy who's got tusk for teeth.
yeah. Yeah.
He's 8 foot tall.
Is that
You
Puma?
know, like, yeah. Is he an animal? What is that? He
Yeah,
never wears a shirt. Never wears a shirt,
yeah,
no matter how cold or hot it is. So yeah, and
yeah. So
yeah, so
he's
he's more
like
powerful than he
comparing
thinks.
himself. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he's a lot more powerful than you think he is. But he like, and he's like comparing himself to like people around him too. So he knows, kind of like, uh, how do you say? So he can kind of like gauge people. Like, oh, I only need like, I'm only gonna put this amount of strength or whatever,
Hmm.
or stuff like that. So he doesn't. He's not that confident in himself, but and he doesn't know how strong he actually is. Even though the net's like telling him like, no, you got this. Like you get like, what are you worried?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so how does Rhea Net work into this? Because she seems to know his background. Like she's like, just
yeah,
just
she's part of the guild that trained him.
okay, okay, okay. So she's like, remember your training, because she tells him that he's
Yeah,
kind of like, he accidentally breaks that like crystal ball with his power, but it
yeah,
also doesn't detect his power either though. So that's why I was kind of like, it doesn't really detect his power. They say it didn't even register. So
yeah.
or he's so powerful that it couldn't register. Like he
It
broke the
couldn't
crystal
register.
balls.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it was too powerful.
yeah.
And then he
Oh,
has like a little battle out in this little gladiator ring, and
yeah.
there's or no, I think they have the other
That's the slime
newbies,
bag. Yeah,
the slime bag. They're gonna punch
yeah.
this. That's where it is. That's the slime bag thing, and they all kind
Now
of
we
hit
got
it.
to. Yeah.
Now that's where I that's that.
It's
Yeah.
like during the beginnings of the Boo saga where they're at the tournament and they're hitting the puncher bag to get your power. He's basically
Yes.
Vegeta at that moment. He basically destroys the slime bag.
Yeah, just
And
like
so
explodes it.
yeah, and then he goes into he's given us exposition too as well. Like uh, he's given us exposition through his past training, because in the past training he had to one of the guys, Tusk guy, Bodo-san, and so he told him like, all right, you're gonna train your body, like your strength's gonna come from your body. That's gonna be your foundation. It's like right now I want you to break this golden slime bag, which the golden slime bag is top tier S strength, one of the hardest things to break. And Rick's all like, "What are you talking about? I can't do that. That's impossible." But it's on like it hits it once, and he's all like, "I could break
Taps it.
200 of these in a second." Yeah, he taps it. He's
Yeah.
like, "I break like 200 of these." It's like, "But I want you. Your job right now is to break it." It's like you're gonna start by doing what was it, 50,000 punches.
Yeah,
It's
that's right.
crazy. And
Like,
so he's like going through, you know, montage training, doing it. So we uh, get back to the current day, which is the entrance exams and stuff. And so he's like gauging, he's seeing other people hit it, and he's thinking to himself like, okay, these guys can take some damage. These people are all like pretty much kind of better than me. And so
mhm.
he like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Kind of powers up, hits it, destroys everything, basically.
He blows a hole in the
Yeah, he
the
blows a hole through the
building
wall.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Slime bag broken. I go, what kind of
slime
training is
bag.
this? He definitely was training with Goku in that hyperbolic training,
Time
uh,
chamber.
the time chamber.
Yeah,
Definitely is what happened, because 2 years, bro. Two
2 years.
years.
In
Two
two
years.
years.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've been on Duolingo for 2 years,
Yeah.
and I got no Spanish, bro. Okay? Yo quiero
Yo quiero
un something.
taco.
Un tacos. I mean, like, I got nothing. That's 2 years of
Yes, 2 years.
Duolingo. I got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man is like able to he takes on this other girl. Like after this, they kind of notice that because they also they go into a gladiator ring and they kind of have like a
Yeah,
little bit of a spar,
yeah,
just to kind of measure each other. And they like, hey, he's kind of like,
yeah.
he's far more
So
powerful than these new entries, and some one of
yeah,
the
yeah,
persons that they are like, oh, he's a prodigy.
yeah,
He's just brushing him aside,
yeah, yeah. Everybody's
smacking
brushing
him
them
around.
aside because basically in this world, like you start as an adventurer in like your teens. Like he even goes like back to the crystal ball when they're measuring it. The guy's telling them, the old guy, he's all like, people usually start young as a teen because it's easier for them to uh, gather magic, control magic. He's like, starting right. He's like, you should give up. He's telling him like,
That
give up.
I was
Yeah,
just about to.
give up. Prep.
He goes,
Like, what are you doing? What
like
are we doing here?
that guy's the worst coach ever. He's like,
Yeah,
hey, if you're
give
out
up.
there trying to follow your dreams, just quit,
Give up.
give up.
Just
You can't do it.
can't do it.
You can't do it. It's just like,
Yeah,
dude, come on, man. Like, come
give it
on,
up.
man. Like, oh snap! But he's wrong. He's wrong, Joey,
He
because
is
this
wrong.
he fights. They all get kind of, put to shame out in this gladiator ring
Yeah,
until Freed's older sister,
yeah. On the
she
side. Yeah,
shows up.
older sister,
What's her name?
Angelica.
Angelica, that's Angelica, right? Okay, so
Yeah,
Angelica has this kind of like she's got these flittering fast feet and she's the Flash practically. And he's so fast. Like she's like trying to like do these moves on him and he's just watching her in slow motion. He's like, gosh, she's so slow. And he doesn't even know how slow she is. He doesn't compute that he's like more powerful. He just thinks that she's slow.
yeah,
Right? That's what I'm picking up, right? He's just
yeah.
like
He's like,
he's
he's comparing himself to her,
Yeah,
and
and he just
he's all
thinks,
like, she's slow.
yeah, he thinks that she's, oh yeah, she is powerful. But come to find out, he's just that much power, that's much more powerful, and he doesn't know his own strength. He doesn't know any, and he makes her look like a fool like multiple times in that ring. Which he does
So,
make a deal with her. He makes a deal with her like, hey, like if I beat you, you could be my indentured servant, maybe like that. And he didn't really wager anything,
yeah,
right? Is that going to come back into play? Is she going to come back to him? Do you think? Maybe. There's something between them. You think could be, oh, Rick Gladiator,
oh, Gladiator,
the Rickster,
the Rickster,
and Mr. Riz. I mean, the
Rizro.
man is, yeah, I mean, like, he's ripped from head to toe. He's
Yeah,
super powerful. Ladies like guys
come
with
on.
skills. Ladies like guys with skills.
I mean,
If Napoleon Dynamite taught us anything, is that ladies like guys with skills. And
guys
this
with
man
skills,
is just
all skills.
oozing with, yeah, he's got every skill. He's got them all. And he doesn't even know what he's got. And so now at the end of the show, we find out that his the guild, or not, what is his what are they called?
Okram,
The yeah, the people who trained him are on their way. I guess maybe to check in on him, or
Yeah, because the final test is like an actual kind of sparring match for the ranking to get certified
okay.
as an adventurer. Yeah,
So
and
like this show doesn't like fly by. It's not like they're not. I mean, I feel like it feels like it's one day almost. Like it's one day or maybe two, because I mean, we do have flashbacks and but he just kind of shows up. He knows the girl that he used to work behind the clerk thing,
yeah,
and he goes and gets a test. They go and have like a little, like, it seems all this seems like this could all happen within one day. So they aren't flying through this too much. It's like we are barely just getting a little bit of a taste of the show and what's going to happen, and where it's kind of leading up to. I don't know um, what's really on the horizon, except for the fact that he is being trained for something, and maybe there is something that he possesses inside of him that this group saw inside of him that maybe they're utilizing and are trying to like usher him into their guild with him or something. I don't know. But it didn't try to cram too much into the show, which I kind of appreciated, especially because
Yeah.
I had to watch this in sub and try to take some notes. And you can see how sparse the notes are, Joe Angel. Very
Sparse.
few.
Half that page is just the title.
Half the page is this, and the other part is the synopsis. It's so
That's
long.
it.
Yeah, I mean, all I wrote down was all caps. Smash. I wrote that down.
Right.
Smash. I'm talking about like,
Yeah. Yeah, he
yeah.
like just power drives the ground basically, almost destroys her, and Angelica's all like,
Yes.
yo, that's what she realizes like, okay, this dude is not somebody to play with because she
Yeah, like
surrendered.
she was like, if that would have hit me, I would have died. Like he exploded
Yes.
everything around it.
Yeah.
And yeah, she just kind of like hands and knees. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I quit and then runs
Yeah.
away.
I
Literally
give
runs
up.
away. I give up.
I give up. Okay.
And that
Yeah.
was the show. So
Oh, yeah.
give us some facts about this, Joe Angel.
All right. Let's pile drive these facts down. All right. So once again, just like our last two long titles, this also started off as a novel. S. So
Okay,
this
so
was
is this a theme? Is this what happens? Do you think this is, or is this just so
for a
happens
lot of these long titles.
these
Just
long
so happens.
titles and they're kind of isekai-ish? This one is this an isekai? That's not an isekai.
No, this
This is more
was
like
more of just
fantasy.
like adventure fantasy because they're in this world. They didn't come
Okay,
from another world. They actually live in this world. Yeah, so
all
this
right.
is
Don't let
just
me.
straight adventure fantasy.
Okay, go on, go on. I'm
So
listening.
this was written and created by Kiraku Kishima. So they're the original author of this novel series, and that one it also came out on the website publishing company Soshatsuka ni Naru. So it showed up on there, and then it got moved over to the Kakyomu Kakyomu website in 2018. So this came out not too long ago. So 2018.
Yeah, pretty.
So it's pretty fresh, pretty recent.
It looks good too. Like I didn't mention
Yeah.
that during our synopsis, but it looks pretty good, and the battle scenes are pretty good. Like it's
Yeah, animation wise, how it looks, like it all looks good. Like
yeah,
nothing
yeah, it
really
really does.
too lacking. Um, and so from that website, it actually got required by Hobby Japan, who published it as a physical light novel uh, with illustrations by artist T under their Hobby Japan Comic Fire manga website. And that happened in November of 20. Yeah, no, jumping ahead. The light novel came out in December of 2018, so the same year it came out, and as the light novel physical copy. And then Hobby Japan also has a manga website uh, under the name Comic Fire, and they actually turned it into a manga version with art done by Kent Ogino, and that came out in November 2019. And so all this is still ongoing right now. So the novel is still going on, the manga is still going on.
Super fresh.
Super fresh.
It's but it's kind of it's anime. It's anime. Like it's the manga, the light novel, it all
Yeah.
kind of lines up to the kind of like, guy is trained, he's powerful. He doesn't know how powerful he is.
Yes. Abilities coming.
Abilities,
Go.
abilities, he's the rank and all this kind of stuff. It has some like solo leveling, ideas, but not really.
Yeah.
But anyway, go on, go on.
And so and then it finally got picked up as an anime by Studio Umeda Company, and it came out in July of 2024. So
Super fresh.
anime is super fresh. and it's only one season so far, so 12 episodes.
Okay.
So
I like, the thing also too, like it doesn't look like sparkly like other animes. It's kind of
yeah,
got this little bit of I don't know how to say it, like not dirtiness, but like a little bit of grit to it. So it's kind of like
yeah, a little,
less, it's a
yeah, not
little,
too flashy.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's not all, yeah, it's not all like bubbly looking. It's like
yeah,
it feels very,
Dragon
gosh, I
Ball.
don't know. Yeah, yeah, a little bit, yeah. It's a little,
yeah,
it's a little dirty in a good way. I like that. Like the way a good taco is, you know what I'm saying? Like you got
yeah,
like you don't want it
yeah.
all like
Like
I
you
want
want
that
it
thing.
like
I want it greasy,
yeah, but
you
not
know what I'm
too
saying?
greasy.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna hold it and there's gonna be like a little grease down all the way down to my elbow. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, all the way down the
that
elbow.
that's how you know it's got some flavor. That's what it is. This
yeah,
thing is flavorful. It's got some flavor.
when you got that grease running down your arm, you know it's good.
You know it's good. All right.
Mm.
So it's super new. So I guess you don't have a whole lot of facts on this then.
No, like I said, it's super new, super fresh. This one was actually recommended to me by my bro Caleb. He told me about it, and so I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna start watching. I started watching it. I will say though,
Bet.
when I started watching it, the release on Crunchyrolls, other animes, not that on every Thursday it's coming out. Other shows, they have their days.
Mm-hmm.
This one was like consistent and then like sparse and then consistent. Like as far as
Mm,
being released on Crunchyroll,
that's
because I
weird.
had caught up to it and like I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait and see. I went and checked the dates to see if there was like the consistency of it. And even if you go and look on Crunchyroll and look at the release dates, you can see like how like inconsistent it was in the beginning. Like it was just
So
like
that's it, speaking of that same release thing, like what is it like? Do you know like how like something is simulcast and some things aren't?
yeah,
Dantadan it's being simulcasted. I'm trying to think of Ninja Kamui was that same way, where they're like, okay, we're dropping this here, and we're also gonna drop it in another language over here.
yeah.
I mean, I guess it just depends on the
It's the popularity of it.
the
Like
popularity of it,
it,
right?
like if they know this is gonna be a hit,
Like
it's just like with
international.
like with Dragon Ball Super. That was simulcast because they know how big the Dragon Ball franchise is, so they know
Yeah, so
hey,
they'd
we're
be
gonna drop it
willing to
here.
put a little bit.
They
Yeah.
already had it pre-dubbed. They're like, we already got our dub actors. We know who's playing these guys. Kind of dub it at the same time. Boom, boom, boom. That way we can simulcast it because everybody knows the dates it comes out. Or
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes it's
yeah.
not even simulcast. Sometimes it's like how Hulu does. It'll be the day after. So it'll be like, hey, Aaron in Japan here. There's Friday, Aaron in on Crunchyroll and dub Saturday. So sometimes it would be like 1 day difference.
Yeah.
But for the most part, when it's simulcast, it has to do with like the popularity of
So I mean, I'm guessing, and then there's some that aren't, but then they end up getting dubbed. I'm guessing that like
it.
during the sub, if maybe they can
Yeah.
tell by viewership or by how well it's being received that they go, okay, you know what, maybe we should get a dub version of this. You think that's probably the same thing where they're like they see
Yeah, because
the popularity to it.
because like I said, once they publish it in the manga form, and they also dub it and like they do the English translation for the mangas, they can
Mm.
also gather that information as well with how well the sales are doing in English.
Because it's
So if they
already in English.
yeah, so if
In
they know like
okay,
the English version of the manga is doing really well, they'll like when the anime comes out, they'll know. All right, hey, let's this is doing
yeah.
really well. Let's go ahead and if we have a parent company or partner company, dubbing company in America, get the cast for them and have them dub it at the same time as we're getting these ready.
You know, I found myself kind of reading some of it out loud to myself. I was like, you know what? And then
Let me
I'm
see if
even
I can do
more.
this. Can I make his
Yeah,
voice? Can I be his
I was like,
voice?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I wonder what it would take, because sometimes they miss the mark. I think did we? I think I maybe sent that little. There was a little clip where they had it was. I don't know what was it of. I can't remember what anime it was, but they had the Japanese version, and they were
Yeah.
like, and then they had the English dub version, and then they had the
I think
Italian
I
the
can't remember what anime it was, but I remember.
they had the
Yeah, I
Italian
think I
dub
watched
version of it, and
it.
they
Yeah,
they put Mario, okay,
yeah.
from Super
It's
Mario World
me.
over
Look.
there. It's a me. He goes, whoa.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's wrong. The one that's wrong, bro, but also
But
hilarious.
they're
But
hilarious.
wait, where was I going with this? Dubbing. Oh, okay. So these animes with the self-talk,
Yeah,
this one doesn't really have. He doesn't have he has it, but like it's more, you can tell it's all in his head. Like I don't know, they kind of make it sound like where he has inner monologue. Like
yeah,
that's what's happening here. We have an inner monologue, and it's not just a I got to get stronger thing. He's just kind of filling it out in his world and trying to
uh,
like put things in order and stuff like this. And
yeah.
I go, you know what? Recently, I'm gonna get a little personal here, Joe Angel. You ready for this? We can go ahead and cut this out. Recently, I have been
Cut this
talking to
out.
myself out loud, and I don't do it a whole lot, but like, I got a lot going on. I got a lot of things and balls in the air trying to figure out like what I'm
Is
supposed to
it
be
all like,
doing.
where did I put this thing? Put
It's
this.
yes,
This.
a little bit, but then I'm like, nah, but then there's other things I gotta like actually get done. I got a meeting today. I gotta go over here. I gotta go send this thing to this thing. I gotta talk. But then I'm like, I talked to somebody else about it. I'm like, do you ever just like talk to yourself about this kind of stuff? And I'm like, am I crazy that I haven't been talking to myself? Or am I crazy
I
that I am talking to myself? But never once do I
no.
ever go,
So yeah,
I did think about it. I got an elbow problem right now. I got an elbow problem, and I
yeah.
told myself, I gotta get stronger, Joe Angel.
I gotta
I
get
gotta
stronger.
get stronger. I do because my elbow sucks.
No, I think what that is, I think it's a thing where you're saying it out loud so um, you can get it
it's like
like memorized,
it's like
like
writing
saying
it
stuff
down.
out loud. Yeah, it's like writing down. It's like reading like when you do flashcards and you're saying stuff like
Hmm.
remembering studying for a test. You do flashcards, reading stuff out. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's what that part of it is when you say, "Hey, all right, I got to do this, this, and this," so you can hear it out loud and get it kind
Committed
of
to
more
memory.
cemented. Yeah, committed more into memory of your brain.
Yeah, yeah.
Versus as like inner monologue stuff that's just like you're driving and you're like, all right, what I got to do today? You're not
Hmm.
really talking out loud, but you're just talking in your head, going over this. Like, okay, I
Yeah.
got like when you're waiting at a stoplight, you're just like in your head, okay, what do I got to do? Where do I got to go? Or plan out your day, stuff like
But
that.
but what if I start talking out loud those things in my head?
You're
I
just
think
like,
it's a what I'm over here like, okay, so I got my key. I left my keys over at this one spot, and I need to grab these things out loud. Jojo, am I losing my mind? I'm not going crazy. Am I watching too much anime that this self-talk thing is actually like
so I started come out. Yeah, I
it's
think it's
creeping into my life. It's creeping into my life, dude. I'm like,
creepy. And,
all right, what else
uh,
you got? I'm sorry, I interrupted.
let's see here. I think yeah, as far as I got,
That's about it.
that's about it. I mean,
I mean, yeah, it's new.
that's really fresh, really new. Uh, I liked it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
You
go ahead
know,
and guac talk this. Let's guac talk this.
let's
And
talk. Let's talk about it.
let's let's me and you talking about this. Okay, like both of
Talking
us.
about it out loud to each other.
Yeah, like so you don't seem crazy. Like that was the thing. I was
Yeah,
like, I asked somebody else. I go, am I crazy for talking out loud to myself? I was like, no. They said it's fine as long as you're not asking questions and responding to yourself.
yeah.
I go,
You're,
yeah, I
as
guess.
long as you're not actually having a conversation with yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
like
Like
I'm doing
Salvador,
this
what are we
thing.
doing today? I don't know what we're doing today, Salvador, but we got to do this.
Yeah, yeah. Now we're crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, like this show does all the anime things that you want it to do, I think,
Yeah,
for the most part. If you're into fan service, it's not a whole lot of it. There's a little bit of it. There might be more later. I don't know. We're in a fantasy world. We have a super powerful character who doesn't know how powerful, and we actually technically don't know how powerful he is. The fights look pretty good. The animation looks really good, right? How did you feel about all that?
yeah, yeah. Like the animation was really good. Like I said, it was pretty clean. Nothing really too choppy for me. Uh, all the drawings, all the settings, like it to me, everything was really good.
The music is fine, like sound engineering has no business being as good as it is, by the way. I always find myself kind of like a little like how are they why are they spending so much time did they figured something out here. Animation anime they're like they're probably some of the people that invented some of this technology, and they are exploiting it to its
You
utmost.
know what? What it was? They invented ASMR to see how they
Y-
would do, and then they took
y-
the success of that. You know what? Now we could. Now we it worked here, so let's move it into anime.
Yeah, we know how to do this, and it sounds, like
Hear
all
the
these
knuckles
shows.
cracking on that punch.
Yeah. You can hear the wind in his hair. It's like
Yeah,
I can hear everything. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't have too much bad to say about the show. Like, it wasn't heavy-handed in its exposition. You just have a little bit here and there just for you to follow along.
yeah,
The only thing I do wish is that it had a dub. Who knows, it might come later. Uh, hmm. I mean, yeah, I mean, I find myself, and maybe I can just like, I chalk it up to it being only in sub, but I found myself just kind of watching it, kind of like,
yeah,
a little intrigued with it. They do a good job and kind of like just giving you enough breadcrumbs to go, well, there's something else here, like what
yeah,
else am I, gonna find out?
yeah. Like I said, because you got Rento.
Hmm.
She's telling them like reassuring them like you're good, like you got this, you're powerful, you're stronger than you
Hmm.
think you are. And Rick himself just like I'm not sure. It's like well, I'm noticing these things around me, so it's getting more of that kind of going back into the reality of life of like you know we never understand how truly good we are at something or we don't
Ooh,
see how our friends see us
yeah,
like
like you have so much more potential than you give yourself
yeah,
credit for. Man,
yeah. I
deep
mean
Joe. I
especially when it
love
comes
that.
to like especially like so like with me and you we're artists, we both draw and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Hmm.
So but we can never fully see our creations the way other people see them because we
Yeah,
always know nitpicking like
it's
I could
critical.
do better at this. Yeah, super critical of our own stuff, but we I don't think we'll be. It's that thing of not being able to see it the way other people see it.
Yeah, we're too close. You're this
Yeah,
close to yourself, like to where you can't see, anything else around you, and
yeah,
you can't back up far enough from these things that you yourself are doing, creating. You can't look outside yourself too because you're
yeah,
living inside this vessel. So like you
yeah,
just don't know, how you are perceived or what other people will find inside of you, so that you don't have you need to have people that can kind of speak into you or see
yeah,
things outside of you, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I can see that. I like that as
yeah.
I wonder if that stays as did you watch all of this?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Okay, cool, 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 cool. So I'm wondering if you glean a little bit of that later on, or continue to
Yeah,
have that as like
so
a
it's
bit of a
kind of like a
message.
what does it say? Gas you up, as the kids say.
That, as the kids say, hey, gas them up, be a
Gas,
real
which is that bad or good? I know people say gas them up when they're trying to like.
I mean, okay,
But
like if you
I usually see it in situations where like pump him up because he has no idea what he's doing. It's gonna be funny.
well, if you think about like gas as flatulence, bad.
As
But if
flatulence.
as a
Yeah,
mode
yeah.
of like,
As a
like
mode is like
petroleum, for your car,
petroleum. Yeah, good.
good. So how you gassing me up here? You know what I'm
How
saying?
you guessing me? Um, but I do like it because it's the whole kaiju number 8 thing of
Yep.
you're never too old to follow your dreams,
Yeah,
even
they do
though
that thing again. Even though you're
even
30
though
years
there's going to be
old.
that old guy who's going to tell you to give up. Don't
Oh,
listen to
that's
him.
right. That was hilarious, dude. Like I just thought about like how so straightforward that guy was.
You're
And
following your
then
dreams. Give up.
what are you doing? Just quit. You're too
Which
old.
I think there was a thing where it was like I think it's called was it reverse psychology, right? They're
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
they're being the villain so you can see that become the hero they know you are
Yeah, where you're
intentionally.
like, yeah, the reverse psychology.
It's like
Uh,
it's the whole Batman thing. You either die a hero and live long enough to see yourself be a villain.
this is true. And if you don't find your potential initially, you're the Joker, bro, and you're
Yeah,
doing a
you're the
musical.
Joker. Yeah,
You diabolical. You're diabolical.
diabolic.
Wait, there was something else that she had said. Villain. Oh,
Villain.
the I forgot to mention about the fight that he has with the Angelica. He has this she's like calling him 40-ish years
Oh
old or something like
yeah,
that.
40ish old
And it
man.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
thirty-ish.
exactly. I'm 30-ish,
Get it
not
right.
40-ish.
I'm old,
And
but I'm not that old.
she just continues and they continue to beat that joke. It's pretty funny. I really thought that was hilarious.
Yeah,
There's
it's
also
always yeah.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna
I
say
get
it's always funnier when you're like overly doing it, like, oh
hmm
hey, you're 80 years old now, whatever. It's like, oh, that's funny. But when it's like close, like, oh, you're 35 right now, right? It's
yeah.
just like,
No.
bro, I'm like 2 years younger. What are you talking about? Like,
How dare you?
it hits more when it's closer to your actual age versus as when somebody's doing like comedy.
Yeah, it's more offensive. It's more offensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only thing I'd really give this show a knock for is the name Rick. What in the world? If his final form is a pickle, Joanne, if his final form is a pickle, I'm gonna watch it. Actually, it sounds amazing.
Sounds
I'm,
amazing.
if he's Pickle Rick, and this is the origin story of Pickle Rick, bro, the universe
Wild.
crossover we've been all waiting for.
All the Ricks. Rick
All the
Ashley.
Rick, yeah, Pickle Rick. I can't think of any. Ricky Ricardo,
Ricky Ricardo.
Ricky Martin, like all these guys. Okay, wait. We need. What are we doing, Georgia? We need to give this a score. We need to rate this.
Yeah. Let's see.
1 out of.
One out of
How many of those slime punching bags
one. Yeah.
are you busting up? Are you breaking? How many slime
Ooh.
bags are you punching? One
One
out of
out of
10.
10 slime legs.
Slime
Um,
bags. I mean, well, you already watched the show, so, but
yeah.
I guess I can get a rating from you. You know what? Hey, how about you? How about this? I'm gonna give the rating for this first episode, but you give me your full rating of
Whole series.
the whole series, okay?
Or at
I'll
least
go
season one.
first. Season one, you give me the larger picture, and I'll give you
Largest
just
scale. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go one episode, first episode. Um, it does all these things really well. I probably could recommend this show to people who like these kind of shows. And it's not too terrible, not too difficult to get into. So 1 out of 10, 10 being the best. Slime bags, I'm punching at least. I'll go. I'll go 7.
7.
I'll go 7. Only, I mean, but that's coming from a guy who's still learning about all this. Like the
Yeah.
whole S rank, F rank, points and powers and levels and like fantasy world. I mean, like I'm still not I'm not a weeb, okay? I'm just the guy who wants a good story and a good and some good writing and maybe an explosion here and
I'm
there.
just a
So
guy who loves his daytime television.
yeah, I mean, okay, I'll put it on my profile. If you go to, you'll I should have a profile in there. Sal likes, I'm not just
The
kidding.
View.
Don't
I mean,
put that on.
it's those. Have you seen the new meme going around recently where it's just like,
I'm just a chill guy.
uh, I'm just a chill guy.
I'm just,
It's like,
yeah. Don't come for me,
I'm
okay?
not a weeb. I'm just a chill guy.
Just a chill guy that likes anime every now and then. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm new here. I'm new here. Okay.
All
All right. So you go ahead. Give us the
right.
full season, 1 to 10.
Season one rating, 1 to 10. I will give it a 8.5 for me.
Solid. Okay, yeah. And I like that you put the caveat for you,
Yeah, for me.
you're
For
more
my
familiar.
taste,
Hmm.
yeah. In my range of all the stuff for my personal taste and all the range and all stuff,
Are
it
you recommending it?
does. Yeah, recommend.
Okay.
As like I said, especially if you uh, like it, cause it is like shonen style, like it's Dragon Ball Z type, old school dudes, strong dudes getting powerful, fighting powerful guys, fighting. There's tournament, there's backstories, there's potentials, yeah, and like I said, it's still going. Everything's still going on. So like it just finished like a couple months ago. Um, so there's still a
So it's
possibility for
new.
season two. Yeah, still new. Like I said,
Uh-huh.
still possibility for season two. And everything. And like I said, I am gonna actually. I was able to find the website and find like the light novel and the manga, so I'm probably gonna jump into that too because like they're both ahead and they're still going on. So I'll probably try get into start reading like light novels for this one.
Solid, dude. That's a solid rating. I mean,
And plus, if you're powerful enough to just put your hand on a guy's stomach and knock him out, I mean, come on.
hey, he gave him that the hand of
Dude,
you know,
handle the Lord.
yeah, the hand of the Lord. Yeah, that's it. You can see it. You can see all five of his fingers right in
Five
his
figures. You knew it was real because
breastplate.
it's 5 figures.
Hey, just like easy too. You know what else is easy, Joe
Easy.
Angel?
What is
Five
easy?
stars. 5 stars. Give us them 5 stars, y'all.
5 stars. And where can you give those 5 stars? On our platforms, guys. On YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, SoundCloud. You can even go to our website, anime-media.com, where you can find all of our episodes. So you can find the links to all our platforms, all our socials, and where you can buy your own anime me shirt, guys. Not this one yet.
Not
Working
yet.
on that. Not
Hmm.
yet,
Hmm.
like I said. But we do have our other one, which is on there. And you want to get those for the holidays because it is Christmas season and you need some presents. And you don't want to be waiting until the last minute, guys.
Don't wait.
Don't wait. And while not waiting, you can also go to and give us those likes, give us those shares, and drop the comments too, guys. Let us know what animes you're excited about that are coming up for the next year, for 2025. Drop those down in the comments so we can get in on those and celebrate those with y'all. And also let us know what your favorite anime has been so far for the year, too, guys. Let us know what's the one that got your attention. I know we've had Dantadan came out like a shooting star guy. It's that like
Yeah, it's
right?
blown up. Blown up. Still
Blown up,
loving it.
still loving it, taking over the world right now, guys. Taking
Yep.
it by storm. But let us know which one caught your attention for this year. And as always, keep being nice, keep being kind, and keep sharing anime. With that, I've been Joe Angel with my co-host Sal, and we will see you on the next one. Liz,
Happy holidays, y'all.
happy holidays.
これはアニメミーでした。これから帰国の旅を始めます。ご清聴ありがとうございました。
When I see 25th, I just think about Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving's
Yeah.
it's one of those. It's that weird holiday where it's just like it's gonna fall on this day, no matter what the numerical date is.
Yeah, dude. That's it still like messes with me. I still can't wrap my mind around it because I'm not good with numbers and days and what anything is really. And so
Yeah.
like when people are like, "Oh yeah, well, you got to get on it because there are less days between Thanksgiving and Christmas." And I'm like, "How's that possible? That's impossible. There's, the same amount of days between like Christmas and name any other holiday." But I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
it's the last Thursday of the month." And I'm like, and sometimes that last Thursday lands at the end of the week, the beginning
Yeah.
of the week, or something, like, so then,
It's like Kim.
dude,
Why is that the only holiday that doesn't get a numerical date? Everything else is like it's this date no matter the day. It's like no, it's this day no matter the date.
set the day, set the day.
Set
You
the
know what I'm
date.
saying? Like, give me a number. Why? Why do we have to? Why is
Why you
there?
gotta
There's
complicate this?
everything is already, like the sun is down at 4 o'clock. I
Yeah.
don't know what day, what time it is.
Yeah.
The days are shorter, so now like your weekend is shorter too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Monday's kind of
Friday.
faster. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because you only had like a certain amount of hours out with the sun up, and then now
Yeah.
like the day's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing for the rest of that day? Sleeping. Okay, it's 5 o'clock.
I
We had dinner at 4. I follow the sun. Okay, I follow.
follow this.
I follow the sun. The time.
Setbacks. Oh,
But there's no answer to it, Joe Angel. There's no answer to, fixing the whole like people are like, why are we doing daylight savings time? It's a bunch of crap, but then if you try to think about how you can fix it, there really isn't a fix. Like it's just the way the
well,
Earth is rotating. We have less daylight,
uh,
the end.
so there's this thing where originally we're supposed to have 13 months, not 12. It was 13 months with each month having the same amount of days. Like I think that's how
Oh
it was
wait,
originally
I think that
was
I've
or
heard,
supposed to be.
but what that is that where we get Toyotathon from? Is that the real?
I think so. I think Toyota
January,
thon. Yeah.
February, there, yeah, September, October, Toyotathon, December,
Toyota
like,
thon November. December.
like, because all those names make sense. So, like,
Yeah.
what's that 13th month gonna be called? January, February, March, April, May,
March, May, June, July,
June, July.
August, September,
It's kind of
October,
weird because,
November,
because then
December,
October, December. Why do September, November, and December end with
all
the
in
ember,
number.
and January and February? What has any, there's got to be
Yeah.
somebody
I
somebody
think
get in the chat
I
and
don't know.
explain the month
Explain
names for it.
this. It's
There's
the
a
it's not the
Janu
Gregorian calendar. What calendar are we on?
the
Is it the
Mayan.
Gregorian
I'm just
calendar?
kidding.
The
It's
Go
the
back to
Mayan
the Mayan
calendar.
calendar.
Hey, they got to figure it out. I mean, they did
Yeah.
miss that whole like Y2K thing. They met
Yeah.
they thought that didn't end. I'm still here, baby. You know what I'm saying?
It's still
Like,
here. Well, I think
which
it
by
has
the
to
way,
do
there's
too
the
because
oh,
like
okay.
we're not in the actual year we're supposed to be in. Like it's still, I guess, in the past, like Star Wars.
We're time travelers, bro.
We're time travelers.
But we travel like 1 minute but at a time. Actual time. Like we time
Actual
we're, we're traveling
Lame,
like
lame, lame superpower. You can time travel, but it's only in 1 minute increments.
yeah, yeah. But through actual time, like an
Yeah.
hour at a time. I travel. Give me 24 hours and it'll be the next day and I have
Yeah.
traveled. Yeah. That ain't a superpower. That ain't no superpower. Lamest superpower.
Lamest.
No, hey, but there's actually these scientists. This will be the last thing. We got to move on. But so before we used to have before time zones.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't travel from city to city, uh, until we got trains, and then trains had us where we could travel from city to city easily enough to where you would go from town to town, and come to find out each town their clock was a little different. So you would go from to a town that's like an hour or 2 hours away, and you go, well, according to my watch that I set in my old hometown, it's actually 1 o'clock, and you got it over here at 12:30. And so like they made this point to try to like get all these towns to be on the same time zone because they're close enough, and whenever you're traveling from place to place, it's less complicated. So that now like businesses are doing the same time as you are, and it just makes everything a little bit simpler. So they went to the square and they had a ball drop, and
Yeah.
everybody's ball dropped at noon, and everybody could look at the ball dropping and set their clock to the same time so that 2 or 3 hours, north and south were all on the same clock. That's where we get the whole ball drop from. Well, so that's how time zones are invented. But then there's these two new like professors who want to take out the different time zones and put us all on a fixed calendar. So January 1st will land on Monday every year, and all the days land on the same day. So like Christmas will be on a Thursday,
Yeah.
the 25th, all the time. Like it doesn't move. Everything would be fixed, and all our time zones would also be fixed too.
Yeah.
That part I don't exactly fully understand. But because of this, the way the sun moves, and that sometimes we have a leap year or something like that, you have to have a dead week. So that week, nothing, that is a zero. There's nothing on that day that we can't even calculate what
Everything
day that
stops
is. It's
existing.
just, yeah, we just all stand still, you know?
Yeah.
All right, my mind is melted. It ain't
All
gonna
right.
happen. Let's move
No,
on. Let's get into this anime, bro.
I think you
Somebody
just
figure it
figured out
out.
time travel.
I think all I need is how many gigawatts do I need?
Gigawatts. 1.17?
1.2? 1.8?
1.8.
I ain't looking it up. 1.3. I'm gonna say 1
Remainder of
point.
3. 1.3. Sound right.
hmm hmm